おはようございます。新居はコパイロットです。今日もフライトシミュレーターの、公式集会に参加していきたいと思います。今日の飛行区域はですね、アイルランド、こうアフリカがあって、ヨーロッパがこうあって、で、ここがイギリスですね。フランスかな。イギリス、それでアイルランド、このイギリスのこの島ですね。で、ここら辺をこう飛んでいきます。例によって詳しいことはよく知ります。ヘリコプターって面白いな、やっぱ。ヘリコプター多いな。結構見えないのもいるな。離陸していきますな。で、行きますか。
Oh, by the way, this is one of the first times I fly helicopters, well, not in VR. So... Wow, it's got... Oh. Yeah, I wonder. Oh well.
Positive rates. You're fixed.
Gear welded.
Now this is a return to form for me flying this steam gauge Diamond DB20. In real life, I trained under my PPL flying a Piper Tomahawk, which is kind of a 1970s version of the DB20. It's made of aluminum rather than the carbon composite materials the DB20 is made of. But it's very similar aircraft in terms of performance, configuration, 2 seats.
いるなぁ。今日もあんこの225とかもいる。ごっそり消えた。とりあえずコースに乗って準高速度でどうか。100っていうとこの飛行機の多分ゆっくりめなんだよね。
So with the tilt rotors and then you got to be careful you don't bring them fully.
アイルランド。
Because they actually go kind of into a minus. So it acts as an air brake in the Osprey. Someone told me that before. It's not because I found out the hard way at all.
No, at all, right? No, nope. Not my fault.
So this neck of the woods here in Sligo is known as Strand Hill, and if you departed from runway 29 or 28, I think it is. Over on the right hand side, there's a beautiful looking mountain, and it's called Ben Bulben. And this is all W.B. Yeats country, that's what it's known as. He's actually buried up there. All this neck of the woods, it's just gorgeous. And the airport itself, it's not a million miles from the characteristics of an aircraft carrier. You literally have 100-foot clearance at each end of the runway, and then you're infected. So, yeah. Totally fine. It's fine. Totally fine. I ran through someone, they're going to be like, how impatient is that fella? Sorry, it's totally fine. Etiquette out the window, and we're doing all like, so on Monday nights we're trying to learn a bit of ATC, just for the crack, and it's all about, spatial awareness and etiquette and behave yourself. So, but that's going out the window today, but it's grand, it's fine, right? It's fine.
How's the behaving yourself going? I've been talking to ATC there.
It's grand. The funny thing is, I'm acting as the controller, right? So it's loads of fun.
Yeah.
So I just can't be wrong, But it's grand. It's good fun. So on a Patrick's Day, right? There's kind of like routines you have to do. Years ago, when you were a child, you'd always have the day off school, or whatever. So you'd wake up, and usually your day would start with, well, we don't have Lucky Charms, but like we'd have something, for breakfast, and we'd start our day that way. And then you had to go to mass, and you had to get your shamrock. Everyone had to wear shamrock somewhere, right? Usually in the pocket or something. And you go to mass, whatever. And then you go to the parade, and there's a parade in every Irish town, or pretty much every Irish town, or nearly all of them. And then you have the main parade, of course, which is in Dublin. And it's a big to-do. Like, people travel from all over the world to come to these parades. And they have floats and people singing and dancing and bands and music and the whole lot. And it's a huge to-do. And what's kind of remarkable, and I think anyone from Ireland would agree, when they see the effort that other countries take for St. Patrick's Day, they might light up a famous landmark in green, or they might have their own parades. it's a very kind of a proud thing. Like, we are a tiny little island, and we do some talking. Do you know? But like, for such a small island, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the world, and it's cool. And then, of course, you know, at around 10 to 5 or so, well, sure, it's time for a few pints. Do you know? Just to keep it tradition. So that's why that's there. So in saying that, well, I hope everyone has some sort of a tasty beverage. Doesn't matter what it is, once it's tasty and it's a beverage. So well, I'll say to you, sláinte, and we'll have St. Patrick's Day. And yeah.
So what is in your cup today, Murph?
It's a dingle gin, and it's waiting to hear this. So I like gin, right? But this one is a pink gin, and the reason why I like pink gin, I was at a lad's birthday a couple of weeks ago, and the masculine thing wouldn't be, I'll have a gin and tonic, please. And, you know, these lads, like, these would shave for Guinness. They have Guinness for breakfast. But gin? You're having it. I said, yeah, it's refreshing, right? So, of course, one of the lads thought he'd be funny, and he got me a pink gin. And, you know, to his utter surprise, and my enjoyment, it was actually nicer. And I was like, yes, this is good. But each time another gin came along, it came in a more elaborate and ridiculous glass. Did you see a gin glass? What did they do? They're in like fish bowls, you know. So, oh, they're crazy. And like, I think, and they put in like fancy things like cucumber or like, you know, strawberries, or whatever. And one of the drinks literally had potpourri in it. It was like, what is in this, you know? And yeah, ever since then, it's like, you know, pink gin, it's the way to go. And it's a Dingle gin, Dingle in County Kerry. And, you know, I was saying to Steve just before we went on, it's amazing. You have all these kind of craft or micro breweries dotted all around Ireland. And I think it's the same over in North America, be it craft beer or, you know, gins or whiskies or whatever. It's mad, the amount of them. So, yeah, there's one for you. Dingle gin. I should be getting sponsored for them.
Peter, quick comment. Some people in chat are saying your engine sounds are very loud. So if you can, please turn those down.
I mean, technically, it's the APU of an Apache, so or Chinook. So yeah, it's a loud helicopter. I know.
Turn it down.
Fine.
Thank you. So what part of the parade were you in? You Tone?
I've been in many.
Attraction?
Yes. We'll go with that. Over the years, yeah, I've been in a lot of different ones, and some good, some not so good. Yeah, like it depends. It depends. Like I remember years and years ago with the Cub Scouts, you know, you'd be on the back of a trailer and you'd be doing whatever.
Wave.
Yeah, you have to practice the wave. You know, it's a big wave. And but yeah, as the years go on, it could be anything. I got roped into down in Banagher some years ago. The river cruisers, right? So they're all these, you know, like a Dutch steel cruiser boats, right? And they have them up and down Banagher, and they do it for St. Patrick's Day. It's a big kind of a boat in, a sail in, a sail in. We'll go with sail in. And yeah, I had to dress up, and I got a St. Patrick's costume, for want of a better word, and actually wore it on the stream one night as well.
Nice.
It was grand now, it was worth it, but it took about 3 days to take it off again. Right, you know.
Too many bobby pins.
Right, it was nuts. But yeah, there's always a big to do. Like you'd have, you know, parades or whatever during the day, which is great. You know, it's a family orientated thing, and you know, there's it's all happy and having a crack. And then in the evening time, depending on where you go, of course, well, it's all the traditional music, and it's all about just kind of spending time together and having a bit of fun. I mean, that's what it encompasses. It's spending some time with family or friends, and despite your best intentions, you'll have some sort of a headache the next day, wondering what happened. But yeah, it's good.
あら、大変じゃろうな、海とかに降りたら。
Absolutely.
Cute.
Peter, just let me know when you can switch back to your scene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Also,
I put
question
on my
for
headphones.
chat: is the music at a good level? Should I turn it up, down, or just leave it where it is? Let me know, please. You know, I've really missed flying this Diamond. You know, usually I choose a plane on the stream, something with autopilot, so I can really focus on the chat and follow the community. I don't want to hand fly all the time, except for takeoffs and landings. But I've got this one trimmed pretty nicely now. I'm only doing a very light touch on the controls, and yeah, this Diamond DB20. It's a comfortable plane to fly.
It really looks like a toy, especially with the livery. Too cool.
All right, here's
We're flying
Peter's
over,
point of view again. Chat, let us know if the sounds are good now. If it's
Should be a lot better. So there's actually, you can actually click here the two little audio headphones, and then when you click that, it actually dampens the sound to a more acceptable level.
That's
Now,
so
on the
good.
subject of tasty beverages, I am working right now, so I'm not, for obvious reasons, permitted to drink alcoholic beverages while I'm on the job. But I do have, for St. Patrick's Day celebrations later today when I get off the clock, got a nice bottle of Irish whiskey, Green Spot, from County Cork. So I'll have a St. Patrick's Day toast with the Green Spots at the end of the day today.
I had them ship over this Irish water to me. Really great quality. 1992.
Oh, Jane, don't spoil yourself. Go
I love
all
when you
out
see
again,
those.
right?
I love when you see those adverts. You know, water from like 2,000-year-old volcanic.
Yeah.
Best before April. So, that makes total sense.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Billy Joe, yes, you can type !fly in the chat, and that'll give you a link to the exactly. And Jane Airlock Doc wants to know if your water is green.
Let me just double check, you know. Oh my god.
It is.
It's clear.
Oh,
Luckily.
Phew. Put some food
mine is
coloring
also
in it.
clear, actually. Yeah, I thought I had two cans of Guinness in my fridge, and I absolutely.
あれ、あれがオスプレイじゃない？
But they were good until 2021-ish.
あ、いたいた、やっぱりいた。
They'll be fine.
い
I
ると
thought that,
思
so
っ
I opened it up and I
た
tried to。pour it, but it didn't want to come out.
Oh wow.
So I ended up. So then I went to the store and they didn't have any Guinness because small town. But then I find a Belgian beer which was aged in Irish whiskey barrels, and I thought, well, that's a nice start, right? What can we do better? And it turns out we absolutely can, because right now I have here
うん、いかにも、
Jameson
なんていうのかな、
Stout edition.
軍事用の飛行機という感
So
じ
this is
の。
whiskey. Exactly. It's whiskey finished in craft beer barrels, so that's the other way around, which is way more to my liking.
うん
See a singing Peter, but
Yeah, well,
絶
without,
対
without
今日はい
further
ると
ado,
思って
because
買った
I'm
やつですよ。
Oh, there he goes.
I'll-
マリーン、
I'll- right, I-
海兵隊のオスプレイですな。
But I'm going to preface it by asking a question to Tom. So, Simtom, you are from Belgium. What is the general impression amongst Belgian people regarding the quality of Stella Artois as a beer?
You're asking a person that does not drink any alcoholic beverage. I don't know about that one. I know we have good beers. Well, like from but I don't know. I think
So,
it's good.
the reason I asked this is because it's my understanding, I could be wrong, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but in Belgium, Stella Artois is like the big macro brewery. It's kind of like the Budweiser of Belgian beers. But yet in North America, it's considered by a lot of people like this
ちょっとやっぱ変わった飛行機ですな。
And so people think it's a very high-end beer.
ヘリコプターと飛行機の愛の子。
It's like their big
I think it's the same with Heineken, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So here in Heineken is the no one really likes Heineken. I mean, it's there if you have nothing else, but but in America, if you order a Heineken, it is something.
The reason I asked this is now I'm going to turn this over to Two-Tone. What is the impression of Guinness in Ireland?
Cheers.
Oh, it's very important. Here's the thing, right? So it's gas. Irish people who like drinking Guinness, but tend to be some sort of Guinness connoisseurs, you know. And it's all. It depends. Some people like their Guinness chilled, very, very cold. But seemingly the old original way of drinking Guinness was actually at room temperature, and that's
ビジョンジェットっていうのも乗ってる人多いから欲しいんだけどな。
There's no doubt it's very, very popular. You know, I mean, it's a heavy beer though. Like it's spec. Some people love it, and some people can't have it at all. And there's a lot of other ones. And yeah, I don't know. It's Guinness is just kind of the thing. People always like Irish people, typical. We'll go on holidays. Well, where were you? I was out in Spain. Oh, right, yeah. Did they have Guinness? Yeah, it wasn't great though. You know, it's like, well, what do you think? So, but yeah, like it's a huge industry. And like they try and do mad things, like, you know, Guinness-inspired chips, Guinness-inspired confectionery or candy or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. You have people who swear by it, and other people are like, I'm okay. You know.
We have some dedicated Irish pubs here in the Netherlands, where they have a rich variety of Murphys.
Yeah.
Irish Red, Irish Stout, stuff like that.
So they're on the topic of Irish pubs, because they are popular all over the world. The Irish pub is an institution, and you can go into any major city, anywhere, even small towns, and find an Irish pub, typically, no matter where you are. There's a company, if you want to be a proprietor and open your own Irish pub, there is a company that sells the Irish pub starter pack in a shipping container. I don't know the exact cost, but it's like everything you need to open your own Irish pub, and they send it to you in a shipping container. And it's all you need is to rent a space that you can then host your own Irish pub.
So let me get this straight. I can actually order a container, which enables me to have my own Irish pub.
I can probably tell you what's in that container though. Like there's probably 3 stools, a Boweron, a barrel of Guinness, you know, a tin whistle, and
3 cubic meters of stout.
A bunch of like Guinness and Jameson posters to put on the wall. A dartboard.
That's not all that voluptuous.
この地図も完全に死んどるのか。
And a very wiseful barman, you know.
But I mean, it has things
they
like,
put that
like
one in last because
the bar stools and the tables, like all that comes in the shipping container too. Like it is literally everything you need to open up your own Irish pub, and it comes in a
You just
shipping container.
keep the shipping container and open it out.
In there?
Just, like,
Yeah, I
plop
want
it
it.
down
I
on the
want to
street.
order it now.
Open the doors, the shipping container starts serving.
It's pretty cool. So we're in a place called County Mayo, and we're passing over Loch Con. Loch meaning Mayo. That's where we're flying over now.
一応生きてはおるっ
And
ぽい
so
な
we go from Sligo over to County Mayo, and then it's on to Galway. So we'll be passing by. We'll be fairly close to Westport in Mayo here now shortly, and it's famous for, obviously you can see from the scenery. There's beautiful mountains up this neck of the woods, stunning, and you know there's a ton of lakes and there's hundreds of little islands off Westport as well. It's cool.
Yes, Steam and MS2 players can fly with each other.
Yeah, and Xbox players too.
And cloud.
And Xbox Cloud Gaming. Yeah, no matter what platform you're on, we can all fly together.
How many people are flying? You have to do a count. Go on and do a count. Right.
Well, I'm just looking around. I see at least probably 30 just looking around 360 degrees around my aircraft.
Press 1 if you're flying with us. 2 if you're just hanging out in chat.
See Peter to my 2 o'clock low, and Digital Jonks flying the M500. For those of you who don't know, Digital Jonks is one of the developers over at Got Friends, flying one of their new aircraft, the M400 Mini, or M500, sorry, Mini helicopter.
It's the same height.
Yep.
That is so much fun.
It's brilliant.
It was terrifying in the real life. Could you imagine that in real, like, for real, if you were to hop into that? Yes, yes.
Nope.
This is totally safe.
It's like a single seat helicopter.
Yes, it's a company with the main rotor.
Yeah, it actually has a reputation of being like the rope. You know?
これがまたあれだな。
So that you can actually use it from like
変態飛行チームだな。
so the APU of the G is the one that powers the
この飛
the
行
main
機で追い
engine
つけるの
cores.
かな。
Wow. I mean, that's a big helicopter or a big engine to power a really small helicopter.
Well, if you
見た。
you can see it here.
Alright. 112 ones. Fleet. 46 twos. Well done.
We're getting some complaints about the sound effects again. I think that was what it was on your point of view, Peter.
Outside it is loud. Inside
Just
yeah, I'll tune down OBS a bit as well.
okay.
How's the Osprey going?
It's flying.
近づいてきた。
Right?
Okay. So wait until you
there
have
I
to
have
land.
to. Well, I didn't have to restart, but you didn't see that because
No.
somehow I killed all the engines.
Oh really? It's
Yeah.
not like I want you for that or something. Nah, it's fine.
どうなので
So you actually crash and burned.
Well, one saw it.
Yeah, it's fine.
ちょっとあれだけどダイヤモンドに
You
入
know,
るか。
Tom makes
ダ
a
イヤ
good
モン
point.
ドっていう
Remember
感
last
じではない
week,
な。あれが並んでる。
both Peter and I, we both claimed to have made beautiful, smooth grease butter landings. But we weren't on our point of view at the time, so no one saw it. So the rule is,
このオレンジの色が綺麗でいいね。
but you know, you gotta take the good with the bad.
いや、ブレー
If
キ
you
嫌いって
crash
飛ん
your
でる。
plane and nobody sees it, that also doesn't count.
Right. Exactly.
やっぱりちょっとこの速度は厳しいっすか、ジェット機には。
Yeah, mine 530 doesn't wanna.
Because I'm already at the first touch.
So I see a question there by Energizer the Kermit. It's like, Murph, what's the underlying reason for the ball in a Guinness can? So in a can of Guinness, well, most of
There's a
them,
ball. Yep.
there's a ball. It's called a widget. And see, we were making widgets long before widgets were widgets, right? But yeah, it's called a widget. But the idea was it was to kind of aggravate, well, the drink to give it a head, to give it the foamy top.
Foamy. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just dead when you pour it out. You have to tease it a bit.
There's definitely an art to getting a proper pour on a Guinness.
Will you teach us the proper pour?
Teach us, master.
Well, you know, I will have to buy a Irish pub in a shipping container.
There.
シーコーターがなんかうろちょろしとるな。
Certified.
You know, you certified in pouring Guinness?
It's a thing. You go to the Guinness storehouse at the brew house, you get a certificate, a master certified. What do they call them? Is it a master pourer? I think.
Wait, so you
Why don't I know that? Why am I not one?
take to get certified like 10 minutes or?
I want to get certified. And a shipping container. I want so much in life.
My
Thank you, you gave me a
5-year
reason to live.
changed drastically.
Take a trip to St. James Gates and go to the Guinness Brewery.
It's not even that awfully far. It's just like 1 hour flight or something.
What? In your in a GA plane or?
No, in a proper plane. Proper dual engine jet.
So we have a formation formed up here off the left wing, and a couple of 339s and an extra 300. Fantastic.
Oh, gorgeous. You mean on your clay?
See, that was brilliant.
Wow.
Well done.
Fantastic.
Well
I
done.
learned. I don't remember right.
Iron Wings VP
Yes.
has got an interesting question here. Has anyone landed on Burj Al Arab? Now, for those of you who don't know, this is a real thing. Earlier this week, you can look this up. There was a stunt pilot from Red Bull, trained for over 2 years to do this. Flew a variant of a Cub, very capable short takeoff and landing aircraft, and landed the Cub successfully on the helipad of the Burj Al Arab. If you don't know what that building is, that's the very famous quote-unquote 7-star hotel in Dubai. They claim that they're so luxurious. It's not a 5-star, it's not a 6-star, it's a 7-star hotel. That's their marketing claim. But you've probably seen the helipad of this before. I know there's been some famous tennis matches that have been played up on top of this helipad. But yeah, earlier this that building, the Burj Al Arab, exists in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So if you go to Dubai and spawn in with a Cub, you can attempt that stunt feat yourself. As I see Blue Yonder claims, it says, I did, and Red Bull responded to the TikTok I made about it.
Nice.
フルフラップでエロンじゃん、エアブレーキ出
Yeah,
して
I
くん
was
で
I
ま
was
すな。
monitoring that after you know that the Red Bull clip went viral. I was just looking on Microsoft Flight Simulator from the world map. There were a lot of planes, probably still are actually. If you go to Dubai right now in Microsoft Flight Sim, there's a lot
all
of
trying to
people
do it?
attempting that. Yeah,
Nice, nice.
Why don't they get a helicopter?
that's the easy mode.
ここ変態飛行軍団になっとる。
Oh, you actually managed to get it from flying to hover.
Yeah. You missed the part where I smashed at 5,000 feet.
Right, and then it
Cluster
before the
になってます
thing
な。
takes down and down you went. But yeah,
Maybe.
sure. Yeah.
Two comments from chat here. One, JJ's movie hole asked, is it possible to turn on player names while in flight? Yeah, there's a keybind. I think it's called just toggle player nameplates or something like that. Just search for it in your. On my point of view, I've got it set up to look at all these player names down here with the key button. I can disable them and I can push it again and bring them back. Just like that. I can't remember what the command is called. You can search for it in your key bindings. And then second question came from Hex the Legend. Says, guys, why I can't fly the Darkstar anymore?
What?
I don't know, Hex. Why can't you fly the Darkstar? That was your signature aircraft. Wouldn't be the same without you flying the Darkstar.
持ち上がっとる持ち上がっとる。
It's a challenge. A challenge that I lost. And yeah, that thing is, isn't it?
It's something else.
Yeah.
I did the Top Gun Transcontinental Challenge from Edwards Air Force Base to Kennedy Space Center in the Darkstar, and got the achievement for that. I was impressed. I successfully landed at Kennedy's first try. You know, for someone like Hex who flies the Darkstar all the time, that's probably just a team milestone. I was proud of myself.
Yeah.
密ですね、密。
So we're just kind of passing out over Westport now. Clew Bay, it's called. And all around this part of Ireland, way back in the day, there was a number of sites that the Spanish Armadas arrived.
ところで誰が変態っちゅうだろう、あの黄色かな。
But you had both French and Spanish fleets arriving to help out the Irish because there was all sorts of, well, as I said, drama going on. But
このクラスター
going
の
back even further,
クラスターの隊長はあの人かな。
further back up in Mayo, where you have kind of, I want to say down Patrick Head, but Crow Patrick as well, up by the KG Fields. And so the story behind St. Patrick, for anyone who's interested now, to say, who's this fellow Patrick and why does he have a day? Well, there's a religious kind of a background to it. But the story is, they can't pinpoint exactly the date. It was in and around the 5th century. And the story goes, he was kidnapped from England by a bunch of Irish pirates, which I can only imagine, like, could you imagine the crack of them lads, right? And anyway, they dragged him over here, and then when he went back, he got freed. He went into the whole kind of converting them to Christianity kind of jazz. And that's why, like, a lot of Irish places or Irish kind of religious icons, if you like, but they're kind of pagan beliefs, and then, you know, they're morphed into Christianity, and we've all these saints and scholars and all this sort of stuff. But yeah, it's the story that kind of came across, you know, how we manoeuvred around Ireland. When you think about it, as small as the island is, you know, you go back to the 5th century, it could have taken weeks to get from the east coast to the west coast. There was no straight roads or trails. It was pretty much a lot of forest. And of course, you would have had the River Shannon, which is kind of the main artery on the island. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. And then we just, you know, a couple of pints about it now. It's great.
Question from TJ Turner asks, is this music from Riverdance? All our music is royalty free that we're authorized to play
これは楽しいね。
from Epidemic Sound. And I was searching today, they have all different genres, all different styles, and they had a playlist of instrumental Irish music, or Irish inspired music. And I thought, what better playlist to use for our stream than that? Alex says, top of the evening to y'all.
ぶつかるぶつかる。あーぶつかったなぶつかったな。うおーラグった。ビビった。
I do, and what I love to do, right? I have some of the songs, right? Some of the songs that Epidemic have, but they sound a little bit, but not unlike, but exactly not the same as. They sound familiar, right? So like, you know, and I have to name them, so I have them on my stream deck. So like, I'll have, you know, what was it? For example, it would be what's the one? Banjaxed, you know, and what's the other one I have? It's ACCC. You know what I mean? You know, and what was the other one I have? The recent one, I think it's Boon Jovi or Boon Javi or Boon Java, Boon Java, right?
So good.
But I know some of them are great. I love them. It's hard to get kind of, you know what I mean? Like when it comes to the music and everything else, the whole like. Do you remember back in the '90s when you had to get the tape cassette? And you know, those of you who remember, there was a way to sell a tape. And well, anyway, but it's music has gone nuts now. So like, it's hard to get decent music and Epidemic Sound. It's from a streamer's perspective, it's grand, very good. If you didn't have that, we'd have to resort to making our own music. And I don't know about you, but like, could you imagine?
Or pay a lot of money. Yeah.
Are you
Well,
like
you know,
musically inclined to, Don?
As you can see right here, I've got 3 guitars in the background behind me. Jane, you've got a cello behind you. So it's not like we're totally helpless when it comes to making music, but I don't think we can play and fly at the same time.
I can
Certainly
sing
you
very
you
good.
wouldn't want to see us do that.
But here's the thing.
We try.
Here's the thing. I have a keyboard over there. I have a violin right over here, and then I have a guitar over there. You can't play any of them, but they look interesting.
Well, Tom, you say that we should try, but we already tried it, and it's still being clipped and replayed. So.
I meant instrumental.
Right.
Safe.
Yes. Yeah.
ヘルキャットだ。
It's true.
Even Skidor said to try some stuff.
We had a question from chat from Hangar Studios. Are we flying anywhere near the Blarney Stone in today's flight?
Not today, no. The Blarney Stone is down in County Cork, in Blarney itself, which is it's not terribly far from here. Like it's, you know, once we get down to kind of Galway, maybe in this aircraft 40 minutes. But over this neck of the woods, it's gas because like these islands, these are kind of ye old traditional. I mean, this is, you know, this is kind of as Irish as you can get out here. So Inishbofin, the first island I'm flying to, it's very, very popular during the summer months as a tourist destination. I've been there. So you have to park the car on the mainland and you get the ferry across, right? And the captain, the skipper of the ferry, well, he's gas, right? Because you don't know, is he actually going to bring you to where it is you want to go? And then once you're at ease and he's like, oh no, it's okay, it's grand, we'll take you there. You definitely don't know if he's going to bring you back again. He's a character. But Inishbofin is the sort of an island that there's 2 hotels. Anyway, day 1, come out your hotel, turn left, and walk around the island. Day 2, come out the hotel, turn right, and walk around the island. That's all you can pretty much do there. Now it's beautiful, and if you get the weather, it is stunning. It's really, really nice. Inishbofin is the name of it, and it has the old, you know, quintessential Irish cottage. Do you know what I mean? The thatched roofs and all the rocks and all this sort of jazz for the brickwork, and it's stunning. And well, that's out in Inishbofin.
I gotta jump in. Do you see there's thatched roof cottages?
Oh yeah.
Can you burninate the thatched roof cottages?
Can you burninate?
Someone in chat got that reference, I'm sure.
I've heard it before. Is that not a movie? Burninate.
Yeah, Avoice has got it. Trogdor was a man. Well, actually, he was a dragon man. Yeah, you know it. Or maybe he was just a dragon. Yes. Look up Trogdor the Burninator if you're unfamiliar with that one, and your life will be forever changed. Boise will attest to that. He said, "Consummate fees. This guy wouldn't know majesty if you bit him in the face."
In the Blue Yonder wants to know, is it bad to lick the... Well, you're not supposed to lick the Blarney Stone. You're supposed to kiss the Blarney Stone. And simply...
Oh, that explains a lot.
Well, I won't like burst the bubble there, but you're supposed to kiss the Blarney Stone, and it gives you the gift of the gab, or gift of the gab. Gift of the gab. And that's what they do. I don't know who... Now, lads, I don't know who can... Genius. Could you imagine, you know, a late Wednesday afternoon, Irish weather, you know, and someone comes up, what's this over here? Well, that's the Blarney Stone, so it is. Oh yeah, and what do you do? Well, she'll give you a fiver and I'll show you, right? You have to bend over backwards.
ここに大隊長がいるわけじゃないが、なぜかクラスターができている。
Right, but that's and people do it. They actually queue for, well, not miles, but they queue, and that's what they do.
Iron Wings with some sad news in the chat here. Sorry, but I just read that Lance Reddick passed away. For those of you who don't know, Lance Reddick is an American actor. Probably most famously played Detective Daniels on the HBO series The Wire, which is an amazing television series. I've never seen it before, and Lance Reddick did a great role in that. So, very sad news. Sorry to hear that, Iron Wings.
Played the police chief.
我が宿敵ヘルキャット。
Eventually. In the earlier seasons, he was a detective, but he rose through the ranks in the later seasons.
That's a good spoiler. Sorry.
Thank you.
No problem. It's still watchable.
It just scratches from the list now.
Yeah, never mind then.
All right, chat. How is Peter's volume now? Is it still too loud, or is it better?
It's not. It's very, very
External. Switch, switch.
またこれは細い飛行機だね。
pretty devastating.
Yep.
I think I can go lower, but I don't want to.
Terrible.
Not terrible. Well, that's a ringing endorsement if I've ever heard one.
I'll take it.
F16 まで。
That's what I strive for on the upcoming touch and go at where are we heading?
タッチンゴ
At Echo India Bravo. That's what I'm going to strive for the quality of my landing. Not terrible. Speaking of which, to our panel members, when you are approaching the airport and are on short funnel preparing to land, please let me know and I will switch over to your point of view.
Yeah, it might be not the most spectacular landing with a helicopter.
Try to do an auto rotation.
That will be
Yes.
more spectacular, yes.
が追いつけん。
So yeah, this runway, I don't think it's not an active runway in the real
No,
world.
it's closed.
Yeah, but sure, it's grand. We rang ahead. We're like, it's totally fine. But I remember when they were building it, it was used a little bit, and the whole idea again was all to do with tourism or whatever else. But I think that the ferry skipper wasn't too impressed, so that was the end of the runway. You know.
Is that Simtom or another Osprey pilot?
I mean, it came out on the marketplace yesterday, so
That's right.
it makes sense.
At least for PC, not yet for Xbox.
Was a Don't get nervous.
Do you need a PPL to fly an ultralight? Negative. You do need to be licensed, but you don't need a PPL. It's called different things in different countries. In the United States, it's called a light sport rating. In my country, Canada, it's called a recreational pilot permit.
どこ向き
In Europe, do you know what it's called, Peter?
A LAPL.
What does that stand for?
LAPL, Light Aircraft Pilot License.
So you do not need a
Also
full
the
PPL.
medical?
こうか。
to fly.
Medical is also LAPL. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a separate class.
信号。
So it's a bit. It's all less restrictive than.
どこに飛行場
than
があ
the
るや。
PPL. Of course, with the PPL, you can actually bring passengers, and with a LAPL, you can bring one, I believe. but that's from the top of my head. So
こ
don't.
ういう向きか。
Oh, trees.
Will penny.
Trees. What would I do with trees? Right.
Or trees.
Here's two-tone on
あ、また
file.
V22 いる。
The trees
Yeah,
on
no.
this little island.
こんな感じだ
It's
な。
fine.
Lovely.
I think I might be bringing up the rear today. Although I am probably in the slowest plane out of our bunch.
Huh.
Same. Oh, my 530 is actually frozen, so I'm just following the pack.
Well, you know, as you can see on my point of view, they all seem to be going generally the same place, so following the pack is very much a valid strategy.
Follow me! Don't follow me.
I think you're behind me, aren't you?
よく見えん。
You were in sight in front of me earlier. I don't see you
Okay.
now on my point of view, though.
Yeah,
I do see
I'm
Digital
just-
Jonks, and I know he was flying
Google.
near you earlier, so yeah, I'm probably slightly behind you.
I don't want to look behind you because then I'll probably crash.
お、無風だ。
That's entertaining.
Fair.
That's good content.
Fair.
That's what the
Fair.
viewers want to see. It's like going to an auto race. People say they want to see the race, but they really want to see the car crash.
I have two 500s near me and a 145.
車輪を出したり入れたりしないっていうのは事故が起きなくていいの。
And a 407.
Airwolf theme
From
intensified.
Murphy.
There is actually an Airwolf in development for
There
Microsoft
is?
Flight Simulator, and it looks awesome. I can't wait.
But the key determining factor
It's
of
the
whether that
sound.
will be a good will it have the music? Like when you start up the Airwolf, does it play the theme song?
Yeah, that's all that counts, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. That was such a great 80s TV theme song.
I showed it to my 7-year-old, and I still got goosebumps when I showed the theme. It's so cool. Back then.
Hey,
Now
Hex
just-
comes
now
on the
just
Dark
scored.
Star again. Yay.
Oh, good.
Got a T6 on my Joss.
So many planes here. This is awesome. Hey, someone brought the Antonov with them as well. Isn't there another Antonov, the AN2? Isn't that coming out in a week or two?
There is, releasing alongside Sim Update 12 is our next famous flyer, the Antonov AN2. Those of you who have been longtime viewers of the weekly, or no, sorry, not the
まあ、
weekly,
オンコ
monthly
ースかな。
developers thing in New York
そんなもんかな。
and we'll return to this in a second because it's a good segue. You may recall that well over a year ago, Jorg announced it's been delayed for
いや、スピードファイアを作るの。
Ukraine. There's a lot going on there, as we all know. Been on the back
外
burner
部
for
視
a
点
while,
と
but
超操作しにくい飛行機。もうラジコンの達人じゃないと無理やね。
2, and that'll be launching as a famous flyer alongside Sim Update 12. Now, on the topic of the developer live stream, Jane, what can you tell us?
I can tell you the time and place, which is Tuesday, March 21st at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which, boy, in Zulu time, let's see, right now, this is right, so 17:30 or 18:30? Nope, 17:30.
17:30, yeah.
17:30 Zulu time. About an hour and a half long. Be there.
水目。
I've got, you're on your point of view right now, Peter.
あ、もうそんな時間か。
Thomas?
No, no.
あったあった。
So here's the thing. When you're flying choppers, like, do you guys find it way easier if you're using something like eye tracking or VR? Or
VR is a factor 10.
Yeah.
じゃあ、一時停止
Player coming in slightly high.
That's an
再
understatement.
開。
Do a bit of a forward slip here, bleed off some of this element. There we go.
地図がこんなところに。
Yeah, this is a top
Alright, looking
more
better
easy
now.
in VR. I'll cope.
Recover from that slip. My goal was, quote, not terrible.
Not terrible. Yeah.
On this touchdown.
We need a sign. Not terrible.
Yeah. There we go. There's a touchdown, full throttle, flop to take off. I will say that was indeed not terrible. It was not great, but it was not terrible. So task failed successfully.
Let's continue then. What's the heading?
Looks like 150.
150.もう一見もっと大きく出てる数字ないのか。
So yeah, this is actually Clifton, this neck of the woods.
ないね。
Back into Galway then. It's a very interesting kind of terrain setup. Like there's hundreds of little lakes down here.
Look at that formation flying alongside
Can
the
you, like,
road.
It's nuts.
or since there's so many lakes out here, I'm just curious what the
Still
actual
higher.
terrain like. Is it muddy? Like, can you walk through it? Are there little buildings out here? Like, what's the?
No, a lot of it's actually on limestone. There's a lot of rock up here.
Yeah.
And now of course there's plenty of bogland as well. But yeah, it's a ton of rock.
Really quickly looking at my 6 o'clock. Oh, there's Peter and Digital Junks, my 6 o'clock low. But look at all these other planes and pilots behind me now. What a great turnout for our St. Patrick's Day fly-in this week.
No, I view it.
For anyone who missed it, on Wednesday, 2 days ago, we had on this channel the preliminary qualifying heats of our Microsoft Flight Simulator Reno Air Race Series, presented by our title sponsor, Tobii, Tobii iTracker 5. And Jane and Peter, as part of our production crew on that, you were kind of doing all the technical behind-the-scenes work to make sure the stream ran smoothly. What was your opinion on the quality of those races? And now again, this was not the grand final. This was the preliminary qualifying heats. How would you say those went?
I feel like every heat
なん
had
だろうね。 小
three
宅
and
地なのか
five
な。
racers neck and neck the entire time. Right. I feel
Yeah.
like that's an objectively true statement. So you can imagine with that, like, edge of your seat, they just kept swapping between like first and third.
Yeah, I mean, there were qualifications within 1.3 seconds, right? That were all 60 from.
So fun.
Yeah, and so the grand finals are this Wednesday, coming up Wednesday, March 22nd.
I'd
Same place,
love-
this Twitch channel, and that starts at 1900 Zulu. So same time, same place as last week. The grand finals, I suspect, are going to be super intense and exciting, given the quality of competition. The 7 qualified pilots are all wicked fast. In fact, some of the pilots who did not qualify could very easily have been up there too. So we're going to be in for a real treat in terms of the quality of the competition this Wednesday. March
There's Hex.
22nd.
Hex the legend in the Dark Star. The stream is complete. We can stop now.
Yeah, I gotta say,
Oh,
like,
glad
the
that
air
nobody
racing
there
was
now,
incredible. Like, it was very fun getting to do it a couple of weeks ago. And like,
Fuji san
when you
登れんか
see
った
how
けど。
close you can be, and I don't mean like how close in the air, I mean your times. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
nothing between them.
I mean, there
DC
is
録
one
音
winning
持って
strategy.
ないから見え
So
ないん
the
だよね、
people all
残
know that.
念。
They use it. And then when the
高いん
performance
だよ
is
ね。
equalized, right, it causes tight racing. But
お値段
it
がち
still
ょっ
is
と。
pretty awesome to look at.
いよいよお値段するんですよ。
The whole time of the race.
Yeah.
It's edge on your seat the whole time.
Yeah.
On the edge of your seat, I think.
Yeah, and well, it's a game of inches, and the racers are so
さっ
good.
き
Like
と
you
違う
said,
人
they've
だな、
mastered
あ
the
の
winning strategy, so it all comes down to
cosplay.
execution and who makes the fewest mistakes.
Yeah, who steers it, navigates the tightest around the pilots.
You know,
Without-
and
right.
it's high risk, high reward. They're literally flying on the very edge of getting the best racing line without getting a pylon cut, being penalized for that. And you know, we did see some really experienced, high caliber racers did end up getting a pylon cut. They were playing it too risky. So, you know, high risk, high reward strategy. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
But then you have like wake turbulence. You just threw that in there for the crack. You think you're doing great. Next thing, that's it. You're gone. Like it's amazing.
この TBM9 っていうこの飛行機はなんかあれを買ったぞ。
He did join us back in
あれってなんだ
January. We did a exhibition live stream with several of your favorite Microsoft Flight Sim, YouTube and Twitch content creators. Murph was part of that panel. But our event earlier this week was open to just the general public, any Microsoft Flight Sim player.
リバリーのセッ
Murph
ト
was not part of that group, but our
で
seven
も
finalists, they are all
セットに
wicked
含まれ
fast.
てるのとオリジナルのリバリーとどう違うのかわかんないから全然意味ないですけどね。
I'm not competitive at all. That's what you know. That's totally fine. What, like a quarter of a second between you and me, CD? There was nothing.
Yeah, it was pretty close. The Blue Games was up there with us as well.
Yeah, he was. That was amazing. Yeah.
So Blue Games actually joined us on Wednesday earlier this week as one of our guest commentators for the races. And for the grand finals, we have Chewy94 is going to be joining us, former professional
これは
esports
ジェット機に向いていますが本来は DC6 っていうプロペラの飛行機でございます。
Also joining us will be Greg Gibson, who works for the real Reno Air Racing. Lots of real events that have been joining us on Wednesday as well.
What will their name be now? Won't be Reno Air Racing, obviously.
Well, I mean, it could be. They said it's the. For those of you who haven't heard, Reno Air Racing Association put out a press release last week saying that their agreement with Reno Stead Airport, Kilo Romeo Tango Sierra, where the Reno Air Races have been hosted since 1964,
ヘリコプター
will be
出る
ending after this year.
407
2023 will be the last year that the air races happen at Reno Stead Airport. They've also agreed to do an air show but no races in 2024 at Reno Stead Airport. But that does not mean the air races are ending. As Greg explained to us on the stream on Wednesday, they are actively looking for a new home. And it could still be in Reno. There are other airports in the Reno area, so it may still be the Reno Air Races, or it could move to a different city altogether.
今日それ大隊長を見かけんな。
Chat here, who is also heavily involved in the air races, like ground crew member from one of the race teams, says there have been lots of interest from other cities to move the races.
Sorry, you actually can choose to pay. How's it going, Jay?
Good, just chill.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, are you flying or is it over?
Co-pilot.
Right. Wow. That's not how you train.
What am I training
Your PPL, or did you forget?
for? Life.
Live training starts here.
Yeah.
Everything can be done automatically. Live training for you right there.
Yeah, for anyone who wasn't aware, Jane is enrolled in real life. So wish her all the best. So super
Anyways,
exciting.
it's stagnant probably.
Yeah, it's
For,
pretty
the
stable.
next couple years, but it's been fun.
So the first island here of the Aran Islands we're going to fly over is it's Inishmore, and there's a landmark here in real life. It's called Dunangsa or Dunangsa. I can't pronounce it. I never could. Dunangsa. But anyway, basically what it is, it's a fortification which is mad looking because it's almost as if they were defending the sea rather than the island. But
なんかすごい音は台風
when
ん
you
だ。
think about how kind of remote this
ジェ
area
ットの
is,
轟音が鳴ると思ったら
you're far away from the Irish mainland with these islands, and there's kind of savage history here. So it's out.
巡航速度100ナットはつらかろう。
out here in Inishmore, and it's like a stone fort. Literally, it goes out to nothing. It's most unusual, but you can check it out. Like you can do a big search of it, and it's mad, Ted. Dung Engse on Inishmore dates back to 1100 BC.
Big hello to Captain Arash who's in the chat. Captain Arash says Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, Captain Rash.
For those of you who don't know, Captain Arash is another Microsoft Flight Sim Twitch streamer. I put a link to his channel there in the chat, so go ahead and give him a follow. Captain Arash, what day are you on now? One of the things that Captain Arash has been doing for over a year now has been flying around the world in Microsoft Flight Sim, doing a full circumnavigation of the entire planet in a Cessna 172, using only traditional non-GPS methods of navigation, such as VOR, compass, dead reckoning. So very, very
ジェット
cool
ってでも
content.
ホンダの
He's
なんだ
doing
っ
it
け
in
ホンダ
like
ジェット
days.
H ジェット
And, you might be getting pretty near the end now.
マーケットプレイスで見ると結構売れてるんですけど、あんまり飛んでないですね。やっぱり外国の人にはあんまりこの魂に訴求しないのかな。買ったのはほとんど日本人なのかな。国内でもでもあんまり見ないけどな。このビジョンジェットっていうのはこの公式集会見ると大体いるんでございますよ。
Should be Echo India India Mike. E-I-I-N.
エコーインディオインディオマイ
Start your flight. We're on Southeast Asia server.
E
Echo India India Mike.
I
Start your
I
flight there.
M
And,
E
rest of the
I
time,
I
we'll
M
be doing a touch and go there pretty soon.
タッチングすんの
Now these airports are actually super close to each other. As soon as you kind of do a touch and go in one, you take off, and then
Go
before you
far
know
enough.
it, you're on a very short flight into the second one.
結構天空の城だ
So
から
good
わ
luck
か
with
んない
that.
んだよ
And the
ね。
weather usually out here is it could be all sorts. They tend to fly the
あの
do you know
みんな
the
についていった方がいいなきっ
Defender,
と
what do they call the BN2 Islanders? They're Britain Norman. They tend to fly them out here for island hopping, and it's cool.
Look at Sintom giving us some beautiful drone camera shots of this island. Captain Rush has been 2.5 years doing the journey, but day 228.
この
we
飛
are
行機
two
フラップ
thirds
が
of
な
the
いので
way.
減速がだいぶ遅いんですよ。なかなかスピードが落ちない。
Chewy's here. Welcome, Chewy.
Good one.
Sheepish. Look at that sheep. It's looking straight at us. It has an agenda.
He's cute. Best.
All right, is anyone close to their touch and go?
何を言ってるんだこの配信は。
Oh, I'm only halfway through this
Yeah.
level.
Short final there.
英語だから何も聞いてないですけどね。
Make sure we're on Merv's point of view.
I mean,
Turn on the afterburner.
I can teleport. I'm already going closely to VNE. I can't go any faster.
ランディングできそうな
I
と
don't
ころがあ
think
るか
we're using live weather. We checked it out and it was not looking great today in Ireland. Not good
I
flying.
actually just switched and it's pretty nice right now.
But it is nice now.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
これか
The
滑
moment
走路かこれ
once we land, we'll
Just
probably just circle
touching
around
the
because
circle.
the other runways are so close.
旗が立ってないとよくわかんないな
I'm still
まあいいスピードで降りてきてるって感じがするぜ
look at my map. I'm still pretty forward in the pack, or at least a pack. Let's put it like that. We are only halfway through the leg.
グライドパスが低くて何も見えない
Yeah.
うわー目の前になんか
But have you in sight?
デカ太郎がいる
Digital drops, I can see. Just 6 o'clock low. I don't know if he's still flying together with you in a formation.
狭いねこ
I
の
was
飛行
up
場
with you there,
止まれん
but
かもしれ
I
んな
lost you and I decided to go down again.
I see
Right.
Jay with
Sorry, what?
止まれんわやべえ
Ah,
Cheater.
挟み撃ちにされるところだったあれ
Presumably
に
Hex the Legend.
オスプレイに
I think you can assume that.
Yeah, to my 12 o'clock. It is indeed. There's the nameplate. Hex the Legend flying the Dark
ん
Star.
色が違うのかな同じかな
We got
I think
Al Zoo flying an Airbus to my 3 o'clock position, 2 o'clock now.
I think Hex is the only one allowed to fly the Dark Star in the stream, isn't it?
yes.
Well,
others
anyone's
will-
allowed.
No,
but-
I think others will actively be blocked. Yeah.
There's a group limit.
Yeah.
one Dark Star only.
CD, when are we going to do a Dark Star flight? That will be hilarious.
Well, you know, maybe I'm just thinking out loud here. Maybe on the anniversary or close to the anniversary of Charles Lindbergh flying across the Atlantic.
Oh, that's
Maybe we could do a New York to Paris Dark Star flight in 2 hours.
Absolutely. Let's do that.
Just thinking out loud. We'll see. We'll see. Not confirming this.
We'll invite Hex on stream.
Right? Hex, you're gonna be famous.
Yes.
You can always do it on the release or the your anniversary of Maverick.
Oh,
俺大々色の綺麗な飛行機ですな。
Amazing.
Maybe someday.
How long did it take into Blue Yonder? Was it 30 something hours?
Yeah, Blue Yonder was one of the first sim pilots, if not the first, I'm not sure. But he definitely did it the first to live stream it in real time, flew the Spirit of St. Louis from New York to Paris in real time.
31.5 hours. That's
Wow.
amazing.
let's see if we can beat that in the Dark Star.
I bet you can't.
Challenge accepted.
So you have the west to east crossing, of course, with Charles Lindbergh, which also had the very first east to west crossing, which happened a year later, in 19. In April. That was actually flown by an aircraft called the Bremen. It was a Junkers W-33, with 2 Germans and an Irishman, and they took off from Baldonnel in Dublin, and they did the first east to west, which was considered much harder because they had to fly into the wind.
Right, yeah, you couldn't use the jet streams.
Yeah. And
Also, one of our local legend aircraft, the Dornier DOJ, that plane was famous also for doing a east to west crossing of the Atlantic, but not the North Atlantic, like most of the crossings have been, but the South Atlantic.
全然着陸する気はゼロ。
Spain, down the coast of Africa, and then across to Brazil in South America. That was the first
しかし
crossing of the
一応
South
ローパス
Atlantic
はする。
Ocean. I think that that's east to west as well. Video's movie host says, just bought the DOJ, very nice aircraft. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a very, very unique looking aircraft with the pusher, puller, dual prop configuration, engine configuration.
Boat.
Yeah, flying boat.
DC3 でも見に行くか
And。of course, the great history behind it.
タイフーン、
Fly
スピッファイア。
Atlantic.
Wasn't it an Italian design or
I think it was the Spanish crew that flew it.
Yeah, but I thought
It's made by Dornier.
すごい勢いで飛んでく。
Well,
Yeah,
Captain
yeah,
Meow,
yeah.
keep your engines green.
that would be bad.
死の鳥ですよ。怖っ。
You know that the longest ever recorded flight was made in a
ヘルキャット発見。
and lasted 64 days.
I did know that.
Yes, I did.
They would refuel it. If you're wondering how they did this, and
お、
resupply the
339
crew.
変態発
They would have
見
a。truck that would speed along the runway, and then they had this hook device.
あ
and
とりあえず
they
ちょっ
would,
と
like,
DC3 を見て、こ
reach
和みますか。
They would then refuel their own plane midair, and food and drink as well.
That's
燃料
insane.
はまだある。
Yes. Imagine it.
Who did that? Who's responsible for this?
Imagine sitting 64 days in a seat, and then let
Right.
alone
Yeah.
have to refuel with a truck driving next to you.
しかしイギリスかアイルランドか、まあ、イギリスも北の方なんかそんな感じだけど、アレッジみたいなイメージが多くて、
Impressive.
なんていうのかな、ちょっと陰鬱な感じですね。
Fly for like 2-3 hours. I'm done.
Yeah.
ご飯まずいのもそういう
Yeah.
景色だからか
I
な。
got the runway in sight. I'm kind of on a long
まずいかどうか知らんけど
left
本当に。
right final. Actually, I just drank final. Really long final. Anyone else closer to a touch and go than I am?
Oh, actually, I'm not too far away anymore.
DC3 どこ行ったあれか。
If you are on short final,
さっきの人
No,
かあ
I'm
れ
not.
か。あ、また。あ、また出てきたな、お前。
after you, I
うわ DC3 を見て心を和ませようと思ったのにまた出会っちゃった。339変態に。
Once again,
Sounds
you
thank
selected
you.
a way too speedy plane. Aircraft thingy, I'm not even sure. What it is.
I should
Abomination.
fly it in helicopter mode, but it wasn't like.
あれこっちは339変態とはまた違うクラスターか。
So yeah, so the 3 runways, as soon as you touch and go in the first one, it's like you're pretty much straight into your second.
コース的にはここら辺でやっぱりカーブかな。ちょっと DC3 を見て心を和ませよう。これもちっこい滑走路があるのか。
I'm trying to remember, like, where's the shortest crossing or the shortest international flight? Is it in Scotland?
Yes, it is Scotland, and they land on the beach.
Uh-huh.
And I do use or the Islander or the Twatter.
これ鱗のやつかまた。あ、違うな。
It's 1 minute and 14 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
West Ray to Papa West.
I'm once again coming in way too high.
Oh, I'm actually airport actually.
I'm on short final now, but again, way too high for this landing. Again, shooting for not terrible.
いいね、DC3。和むな、飛行機って感じだな。古き良き時代を思い出すぜ。
Short final as well.
Okay, everyone's switching over to Peter. I will take Murph's advice into account and not fly so high for the next airport.
Oh yeah.
Go up to 1,000 feet circuit altitude.
So they tend to leave the flight schedule here. They'll
前
take
方
off
後
goes
円をロスしちゃった。
back again. Back again. There's 2 services.
I'll
これ
follow
ま
Blue
た
Yonder.
現れてくるでしょう。
I think he can get
So short final here on Inishman.
Okay, going over to Murph's point of view.
DC3 もちょっとまあまあのスピードたちこの人と飛ぶか。
There's so many people flying.
お、右からのライトが明るい。
Yeah, we love seeing these big turnouts on Community Flying Friday. Blue Yonder, who is our expert navigator, says, I'm just following the crowd. You know, there's actually a thing. It's called, you know, the wisdom of crowds. And this is why on like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, why the phone or not the phone, but the Ask the Audience is so effective. I'm already on a really great pace here. Alright, switching over now, turning final. Turn player name place on.
Actually pretty high again.
I know, I know. I only climbed about 500 feet. The airport really snuck up on me. I knew it was close. I didn't know it was this close. It's fine.
It's
One
fine.
white, one red. We're all set. Positive rates. That was alright. I'll take that one. I think that was better than not terrible. Alright, who's doing a landing next?
Yeah, I'm on short final.
Okay, Peter.
早いなこの DC3。
Alright,
want me to actually touch
Sorry,
or?
I was muted. My bad. I was talking.
Whole time already.
No, for like a
Oh,
couple minutes.
Just ignore.
もういつかい。
Sorry.
There, I touched.
Okay.
後ろが本体かな、じゃあ。
I was answering the question what the usernames were, and they pretty much match what you see on the screen. So CBL, Tom, Peter, Tom Murphy.
でも M339 変態はおらん気がする
Two-tone
な。
here is D2-tone.
Someone else, now it could have been me, you know, and I forgot the password, but someone else got two-tone. I was like, who has a name like that? So
Do
then
they
I was
ever
like,
log in?
right, and then I was like, well, I don't want to be like the. Do you know what I mean? The. I couldn't use the, so I said, I'll do the Irish version. De or D. So yeah, that's. I need to change that. But it's too late now. Surely it'd be grand.
Yeah, and actually Symptom is also very different. Right?
There's
You're
a two
two-
at the end.
Yeah, exactly. So
So
this
the original and the one.
Symptom and Symptom. So this is already the third one, but that's the actual one you want to have.
The other ones are impossible.
Oh, I'm getting my money's worth from this runway, using every inch of it. That was nice.
Oh yeah.
Good. We pay for runway, we use runway.
Yes.
Wow. Yep.
ここら辺で満足しとくか。
Ooh, look at that.
Nice.
すげえ向かい角だ。
Look at Mother Goose with his three little chicks. No, short final without me knowing.
I've seen them every week on the community stream. People keep like.
あ、これはなんか美容にかっこいい絵がかっこいいのかどうかわからないけど、派手な絵が描いてある。何が描いてあるんだろう。
Ooh,
Tori
yeah,
ka
Peter,
na?
that's more than a bit high. You might. Bobby,
It's
you're
You're in a
flying.
helicopter.
Oh, Marty.
You're flying a rotary wing. You're fine. You can cover.
Yeah, but
That in a
vortex
fixed
wings,
wing, that would be go around for sure. I think.
I'm like right behind him, and it's like I'm the opposite. I'm way too low. Whoops.
Okay, I'm gonna go again before he's in my.
You touched down technically.
I technically touched down.
Ooh, skim.
時期ゴールかね。
It's
Get out
Oh my
quick.
goodness.
Two-tone
Yeah,
also
well,
using every inch of the runway.
島島ファルコン。
Getting our money's worth.
Short runway.
島ファル。
Now that's actually degree of difficulty. You give style.
WA.
On that one, since he's flying a Bonanza, which has a greater.
じゃあ今 WBC っていうのやってるな。全然関係ないけど。野球。
everything has a greater landing distance than the related alignment does.
Well, not the Cub that landed on the Burj Al Arab this week.
No, but yeah. Fair.
I found it interesting. Maybe you will know why, but just before he touched down, he did flaps up.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Was
I need
there-
to try that because, like, I'm trying to think why. Was that in case
Yeah.
he wasn't going to make it?
No, it's just to dump all the lift out of the wing. So every remaining part, because you don't want to bump up,
because
right?
it really stalls them.
It really stalls them. Yeah, you want to dump all the lift out of it.
Wow.
I need to rewatch. Didn't notice.
Because how quickly he did it, you swear it was like an air brake or something with a parking brake.
Yeah, because
Instant.
you constantly heard the stall horn already beeping the whole way, the whole approach. So we was just on the buffet. And then the moment
あ
you
の
touch
人
down,
本当に合ってんのかな。
pull the flaps flat, and then it really stalls. So it really settles. And when it really settles, you can start braking.
On the subject of the stall horn, can we get a dramatic reenactment?
Jane.
なんかオイルこぼれてますよ。
The clip button.
Jane.
Um,
Calling Jane for a stall horn.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Fine, I'll do it.
Yay! Yay! Giving the audience what they want.
Here is what a stall horn sounds like, everyone.
That's so accurate.
車輪出してる。
Uncanny how true to life.
車輪出してるの。
Right?
That is literally going to replace every default stall zone in every aircraft in the sim.
I have instantly goosebumps because the moment I hear that in real life, it's always oh shit. What happened?
It'll be grand.
I kind of want to clip that and set that as my ringtone. My custom ringtone from when Jane calls me. Only.
Only, yeah.
I'll do that too. Yes.
Can you send that to the folks at Soho when they implement one of the aircraft?
Or to God's friends, and they probably do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can someone do the Boeing shaker? No?
戦車かよ。
I am. Okay, great. Everyone.
2、4、6、7個ある
No.
あれでペアであるか
This is
ら、
for-
You should do it
C
randomly.
28個ある、ある、
Oh,
後ろに。
what is that?
胴体の C。ちょっと早い。これゴールかね、もう。ゴールっぽいね、もう。えら早く着いたな。
Still
近かったんだ
so many people
な
in。here, it's awesome. And then like some poor devil is going to kick up all the dust, and then the next person flying into it's like, oh.
Jane Kebby Kev says, I actually thought it was a real stall horn.
Right?
Right? For those of you who are just watching this stream, if you've never been around a real plane before, and if you've never heard a real stall horn, it is truly uncanny how good Jane's impression is. Like that is really what it sounds like.
ちょっと早い。
So
Alright,
Tito,
landed.
yes, we're heading up
So
for
we're
Echo
aligned.
India Charlie Alpha.
Yes.
What is it?
ちょっと横滑りしてスピー
Connemara
ドを落としますと。
Connemara Airport. Doesn't get a whole lot of use. Like it's
Manda,
usually the
yeah.
one out in Galway, which is kind of close to Oranmore, just outside Galway City. So this one is just a flyover, but by all means, if you want to try it out, touch and
う
go.
ん、で、どの間。
Try touch and go. Yeah.
That has to be done. Has to be done.
うわー、正面に恐れが。
Looks like Jane's doing a full stop.
あー、ごめん、ぶつかったかもしれん。
Oh, are you at the final destination? I'm still 2 airports
crew-
behind.
Landing.
Cruising at 300 knots. does-
Yeah, that does help, right? Yeah. I'm cruising at like 80 right now.
到着。ぷっぷー。
Had the
I mean,
pressure's
collect-
off.
I mean collective, sorry.
Good job, MITU.
マリーンズ。
Fancy Duckman says the fact that I got scared because of the stall horn is kind of funny. Yeah, like it's a sound. If you've ever flown real planes
Yeah.
before, it's a sound that's seared into your
Sound.
memory. And Jane's impression, no joke, is so spot on that it does sort of awaken those.
Man, 500. You ever listen to that guy? Like the best voice ever.
And then retard.
Yeah, that is.
Voices that do that. Stall.
そら車輪の向きが逆やねあんた。そっちに行くには。
Actually,
あー、スターファイターがいつの間にかいる。この前東京上空でスターファイター見たらスターファイターに見えなくて泣きそうになりましたからね。ちょっとスターファイターを追っかけて80にしてこう。
Custom script for it.
There are many, but I think the time of day slider tends to be the one I use the most. But yeah, no, it's so good. It's awesome.
How did you get the custom background? Because I also have the Pro and I'm wondering.
Well, I've enough experience when it comes to coding to know that I'm no good at coding. So I leave that.
ノルウ
I
ェー
leave
か
that for the very gifted.
だいぶ
talented
汚れた
members
ス
of
ター
our
ファイタ
community.
ーだな。
But there is a way to do it. I think there's someone in place. I'm not too.
あ、
I think
二人乗りだ。
they show you which way to put in a thumbnail for it, and then you just load it as a skill.
クザー型のやつだ。
Forgot.
えら早く着いたの今日。
No reason.
この飛行機もちょっと見たいっちゃ見たい。
Works on final.
なかなか悪くないです
No
ね。
pressure now at all. It's fine.
I'm glad no one saw my landing.
C21。
It was decent enough.
またフォークが
was
突っ
it
込んどる。
not terrible? 'Cause that's the standard
こっち
for
の方
going
にあれがいたとそう
Not
いえば。
terrible.
plane now. She's
あ、
described
ちょっと色が違う。
videos as probably her new favorite plane in Flight Sim.
予算切る。
So we love to see feedback like that. Goblin Zeus says the Caribou is excellent.
Because they kind of look at it and they're like, not for me.
これぶつかってるかもしれんな。怖いな。
There's Hex the Legend in a very steep nose up attitude, just barely on the verge of stalling, and the Darks are also behind me. So quite a menagerie of aircraft to my 6 o'clock on this flight. Of course, I'm in the Diamond DV20 with the white, orange, and red and green, colored livery, so perfect for Ireland.
Be back in a moment.
Oh, Tutu, that's a good shot.
Look at the state of that. It's gorgeous, isn't it? If only the real weather was this nice. Do you know, like, there'd be a lot more people in Ireland, I'd say. Because it looks lovely, but, like, you just don't get the weather.
Or like 2 days a year, you might get a day that looks
ち
like
ょい、うわー、トラックが飛んできた。
So Galway, County Galway, well, famous from people who like that song, The Galway Girl.
いつもと違って、
Galway's not terribly far from me.
ぶつかっても知らない設定だからドライブしたい放題だな。
Ever see them guys, the ocean race stuff?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, and they kind of take over Galway for, you know, a week or whatever, and that's amazing. Those races, crazy sail and all this. But yeah, Galway, it's kind of home of like the arts, I suppose, the Galway Arts Festival and so on. It's a big kind of a culture city, and it's a lot of fun.
Oh, we got Gibbo Island is in the chat.
Come on, Gibbo!
Happy St. Patrick's Day to Gibbo.
あ、日本でも知らないモードに、あ、なんか自動車もそういう
Important now
の
that I
撮った
tell
な。
Gibbo I didn't crash
ドライブ
once
で
and
きる
the
んか
flying
な。
has been superb. It actually has, for once. Challenge.
Who's still in the air? I know Jane landed, Tom, you landed. Is it just me and Two-Tone who are still flying?
なんかのどかなとこじゃね。
Yeah, maybe. Trying to get my camera set up, which isn't going great. Not terrible, just not going great.
Well, again, not terrible. That's the standard for us.
That's gotta be on a t-shirt. Just not terrible.
Pretty large formation both in front and behind me. Lots of sim pilots still airborne.
これがアイルランドのなんか着陸したところの近くですよ。
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Welcome back, Jane.
I think I'm gonna have a little snack.
She has
Oh, is it snack time with Jane?
で
Charms.
じゃあこのまま会場に
The
行く
cereal
か。
that's not even in Ireland.
No, but it is, but it's in the American Isle.
Oh,
They're
sorry,
like
it's in the
€12.
American Isle because it's super American.
It's like €12 for a packet. It's the most
結構楽しくね、
expensive
ドライブ。
breakfast cereal in the world.
I did spend like $6 on this just for this week.
It's fine.
I love it.
No,
It's
I
just pure
like
sugar.
I like the various different ways that our panelists are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. We've got Murph is drinking a craft Irish gin. We've got Peter who has bought an Irish whiskey that was aged in stout barrels. I've got a bottle of Irish
ち
whiskey
ゃんと
myself.
左側通行して偉いじゃないみん
box
な。
of Lucky Shots.
Shows you where my
Basically.
priorities are. And sugar.
I'm just wearing a green t-shirt.
That's it.
Equally important.
But you do it so well. I mean, that's the point.
I mean, I'm pro at that. Expert.
You know, and I was looking up the origin of leprechauns before we started, because I didn't know.
I was saying, Leprechauns, a great bunch of lads, right? And they come from Leitrim, and they've done a great job. But I think what's more important needs to be shouted out are the Leprechaun actors.
春が来てますな。それはもうすぐお彼岸だね。
He does it well because well you don't see any. That means he's doing his job. But it's funny. Yeah, just throws a bone. So yeah, the whole thing with leprechauns, it's all this kind of look at the little people and they're having the crack, and then they kind of turn them kind of into these kind of scary kind of creatures. Right, the leprechaun. Yes, isn't it? So yeah, they can either be the happy-go-lucky, never trust them, but you know, or
Would you trust this
止
leprechaun?
まっとる車が時
Well,
々
you
おる
see,
と怖い。
you know by him he has an agenda.
What are you trying to do?
Just by looking at him. Yeah, look at him. He has a double agenda as well, for sure.
He's up to no good. For sure.
Hey, can you switch to my screen, CD? I think I
みんな車だと思っとったかもしれんけど、これは実は飛行機だから飛べるんですよ。ヒヤヒヤヒヤヒヤ。
Also, just pointing out, if anyone who didn't notice there, Ham Man is flying bombies.
なんか落としたぞ。
I caught it! I caught it!
Yay.
There's Lucky Charms literally gone all over.
My dog would be in heaven right now.
I literally had one job.
Lucky Charms.
Oh, Jane.
Not so lucky. That's brilliant.
Oh man.
Goof, yeah, Goof plus plus.
That's yes. Jane is clipped gold. Yeah.
I found out that they're mostly shoemakers, and you can. What I liked about it is that you can hear. They can often be heard tapping their tiny cobbler hammer in the distance, which signals that they are near. They also can be heard dancing away to traditional Irish music, and are even known to play instruments while doing a
さっきここから抜けてったんだな。
I think that's horrible.
That's just the Irish in general.
Yeah.
Leprechauns, yeah.
They live in tiny underground caves or hollow tree trunks. So if you got any of those,
平和じゃね
check
ー。
them out. They're dancing today.
We have the woods
Alright,
here
I
nearby.
have touched down for a full stop. So, Peter's point of view.
I think I'm slightly ahead of Peter now. I think.
Yeah, if everyone wants to gather up sort of on the grass fields by the roadway, we can all pose for a photo at the end of the stream today. We'll put it on the forums.
I'm near the end of the pack, but I'm coming along. You want me to fast forward a bit, or do we have time?
Oh, we got 12 minutes until the stream is scheduled to end. I think we're probably okay.
I think I should be fine. Yeah.
Just on a short file.
Okay, switching over to Murph.
No filters or nothing. Like that's just the same as it is. It's awesome, isn't it?
It is.
So pretty.
Is it evening or morning for you?
Evening.
I'll switch to evening as well then. Good. There we are. Ooh, nice
All
little
planes
light.
in the back.
Jane is our official photographer for this.
Come closer to each other. Come closer to each other.
Well, look at this.
アニメがまだちゃんと見えないね、多分。
There's Ham
ローター
Man,
が上向きになって
the Wombi Witch mod.
ホバリングしちゃったんでしょうが。
It's so good.
Your stables hex the legend. Oh,
There's
a
our
bit of a high towers here.
あの飛行機あの格好だとプロペラが地面に突き刺さっとるじゃん。むむむ そのままだとぶつかる。うまい。
We have a good international
いろいろ問題がありますけども、まあ乗ってる本人からはちゃんと見えてるんでしょう。
week, and if you hear this noise, you better figure it
エ
out.
ンジン切るかな。マグネットどこだったっけな。
Oh, I saw it coming from
we're
a
ending it right on that note. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I
バイバイ。これだ。はい、じゃあお疲れ様でした。